Hi, welcome to Big Brother's Bit on the Psych. Don't mind us, Ian's just been taught quite a valuable lesson. Yeah. Don't look at me like that, you know what you've done.
I'm really sorry, Mr. Clark, sir. I'm really, honestly, I didn't know you billed yourself as a singer.
Shut up! Get ready, because over the next 57 minutes and 32 seconds, we're going to be digging deep inside the minds of our housemates for one last time this series and finding out... I know! And finding out if there's anything in there at all.
And I have to say, it really has been another action-packed week in the house. There was face-to-face noms, the housemates failed to add a penny to the prize fund, Chris got drunk and told Helen she's the hottest housemate, and Mark got the boot, closely followed by Winston in the most shocking eviction in the world ever!
Right, it's time now for Ian and me to go twos up with our favourite girl, but no, you can stay there. Give it up for Louisa! Shut up! Shut up! What, babe?
Hi, babe.
How have you enjoyed this week?
It's been good, hasn't it?
Yeah, been
Had
a bit
of drama.
Yeah, very funny. Oh, don't be a cock all your life, Clark. Hey, diving straight into the conversation spontaneously, like we never rehearsed it. It all went down. It all went down with face-to-face noms. Were the right people put up?
Yeah, I think they were. I was so happy Mark was up.
Really?
You're not a fan of Mark's, are you?
So happy.
I like Mark. Why were you so against him? Apart from the fact he
don't.
said he hated you on the Big Brother.
I didn't like Mark before he said he hated me. That just added to my dislike. But I just think that Big Brother makes people crack and Big Brother breaks people down. And with Mark, it was he went in there all jazz hands, doing all the stereotypical, you know, gay man thing. And, yeah, it just broke him.
We're gonna speak to Mark and talk about it a bit later on. The nominated housemates chose Chris to join them. Do you think that was fair?
Oh, I don't know. It's hard because I try not to have an opinion so much, but one minute I really am behind Chris and I'm like, do you know what? I really like what you've just said and stuff like that. Then other times I'm like, oh, it's a bit strange behaviour that we get from him, don't you think?
I think he's insipid.
What's that mean?
What's that mean?
Isn't that when, like boiling water is only slightly hot?
Yeah, he's like only slightly hot boiling water.
That's tepid!
Anyway, I can't believe that. We've seen Mark and Christopher fight, kiss, the makeup, made up all over again and all that. Louisa, now Mark's out of the house. Do we expect anything to happen with Christopher when he's out?
No,
I can't believe I got that
chance. And you know what? Last night as well, when I watched you and Emma, he really skirted round it, but basically he's pied Christopher off, which I think just shows again that Mark was using Christopher when he was in there, because he might have thought that actually having a little romance would have got him further.
What do you think? Team Mark, Team Christopher?
I'm Team Mark.
No, you're not.
Mark.
You didn't say that in rehearsal.
I'm Team Mark. I think he's a nice lad. This week, Chris, Mark, Mark,
friend of Trish.
And Ash. We've all been drinking so much booze today.
Last show of the series.
Last show. They ran into some trouble, didn't they, during the power of money task. Louisa, were you surprised by how they behaved?
No, money does strange things to people, doesn't it?
Evidently.
Who? Oh, God. We're not going to make a whole...
Just because you're in Top Man and I'm in Jimmy Choo.
Oh, no, she did.
I'm in Office. Who came out of it worse, do you think, Ryan?
Oh, I don't know. I think we've just got to move on to favourite moments. It's one of them shows, isn't it?
We're not
it's one of
last
the shows.
an hour.
But do you know what? We're going to look back at our favourite moments of the series.
Oh, series?
Don't mind. Let's have a little look at your one.
I'll always remember one thing. I didn't ever want to cry for this experience. But I tell you one thing, I've always met some really shit people in my life. But whatever anyone says, this woman always look after people. I respect her, but she's
I remember Pauline.
I don't even recognise half the people in that clip. Who the hell were they? Was that from this series?
Did you love that bit?
I love that. It was just so... Because they've known each other for, like, 1 week.
Yeah.
And he was like, I love this woman.
You really missed Stephen, didn't you, in that house?
I
He'd give a lot for you.
Stephen, he was a great housemate, you know?
Was.
Maybe, like, he did strange things, but he was a good housemate.
He was a great housemate.
Right,
he really was.
let's pick your favourite bit.
Oh,
From the
this
series.
is my alt fave.
Fair enough. Not the sewage.
My God. Bianca! Mummy! Bianca, get on! Mummy! Oh, come here. B.
That's sewage.
B. Right, come on, you. Let's be happy. Get you. Yes.
I can't cope with that.
God.
Right, I have got to say this, right? We're in the final week. I'm not allowed to have an opinion, but that girl should not have been voted out.
I totally
I'm telling you
agree.
now, if she was
would've
in
been-
for longer,
yeah.
we would have had a completely different
Britain
series.
got it wrong.
I really do.
Britain got
She
it wrong.
was amazing. Let's have a look at your one.
OK, thank you.
You ever had a girl like piss on you?
No.
Well, basically, I thought I might
try it.
might try it. You know what I mean? So I just sort of like said, yeah, you know, like piss on me,
She peed on you.
pissed all over me and that. And I was like, bah, like threw up everywhere. Do you know what I mean? I started eating like mud and worms and stuff.
Shit,
and,
anything, yeah.
Yeah, like anything, yeah. And I just was fucking like just like throw up and then like eat my own sick again. Last night, this can sound really sad, but I basically went in to the toilet. I thought to myself, bash one out. I'm bashing one out, and like suddenly I'm just like crying, you know, like crying, and then I just start vomiting everywhere as I'm bashing one out. Do you know what I mean? Is that normal?
Of course it's normal.
He asks the questions that every young man wants to ask, but is too afraid to. Of course, it's normal to burst into tears when you're masturbating and then throw up. I do it every week.
Do you love a crank?
What?
A crank?
A cry wank.
A cry wank?
Cry wank.
A crank. It's what it is.
I do like a cry. I do have a little shed a little tear afterwards.
I think a lot of us
Steady
do.
on you lot.
Well, listen, we've still got a lot of psychological chat. And
A lot of psychological chat implies we've had some psychological chat already.
Yeah.
We ain't had
Which we
none.
haven't.
We talked about cranks for crying out loud.
We're going to have a look back at the series and we'll be seeing if we can pick a winner from our final six. Plus, Mark and Winston will be here for a psychological roasting. I can't even say it.
See you in a bit. Ta-ta.
Welcome back to Big Brother's bit on the Psych. It's the last Psych show before Celebrity Big Brother, and I'm finding it quite emotional. I told myself I wasn't going to cry, but I'm not going to cry. Wait, give me a second. Wait. I'm not going to cry. Ian told me I look ugly when I cry.
No, I told you look horny when you cry. Now it's time to meet the psychs. First up, psychotherapist Rachel Morris. And ladies and gentlemen, for the last time ever, she's being sent to Dignitas straight after the show. It's Dr. Funky.
We're going to really miss you.
No, we're not.
I am.
Oh,
I
no,
am.
I won't.
I am.
You
I
will.
love Funky. I'm gutted she's not here for the rest of the
Thank
series.
you.
Listen, he had several psychic moments in the house, but I don't think he saw last night's eviction coming.
You're a liar! It's Mark!
We've got to ask, it was a tough eviction last night for you.
It was
crowd
horrible.
were awful. Have you recovered from it?
I have just about recovered, Jen. It was tough. I don't think I handled myself that well in my interview. It was a lot to take in.
It was
but-
a lot to take in. I think a lot of us were talking about earlier as well. You know, you had a lot thrown at you during that interview,
Yeah.
and, you know, I think you dealt with it really, really well.
Thank
I really
you.
do. Rach, where do you think it went wrong for him?
Well, I think that, Mark, you went in with this fantastic kind of shiny celebrity self, and I think you said it yourself. When Zoe came in, she kind of usurped your role, didn't she? That was your role. You were the dancer and the singer and the showman, and she came in and she was kind of doing it. She actually one-upped you. She did it even better than you did.
10 ups, I'd say. Like.
10 ups. Oh, well, I was being kind.
Okay, where do you think it went wrong for him?
I mean, I don't like saying it went wrong.
That's what I know. I was trying to think of another way to say it.
But what I think was the relationship. Christopher and Mark are two beautiful individuals. In the relationship, we saw their vulnerability shown, and they didn't listen to each other. If you listen, they were always shouting at each other, not taking the time to process and listen. And I think that's what went wrong.
And do you think that that was the thing the public didn't like? The way that... Was it the relationship as a whole or the way it was structured?
Nothing to do with the relationship. It was just how the dynamics of it and what it, what it was bringing out of Christopher, the vulnerabilities and stuff like that.
Your popularity did seem to kind of wane there a little bit when you got together with Christopher. How much does having a relationship have an impact on your time in the house, do you think, Rachel?
It has a massive impact because you might be able to hide who you are or to keep your Sunday best personality up in front of mates and colleagues, but in a relationship, you show your real self far more quickly.
Right.
But why? But Mark was such a strong, Bookie's favourite from the outset.
Yeah.
Why over the last couple of weeks did he become so unpopular?
I think it's Big Brother broke you, and we actually saw who you were, and when the person that you were when you first went in was completely different to the person that you became, which is why people think you're fake.
Right.
I said that when I first met you. I'm always right, but
I won't repeat what I said about you when I first met you, so it's all right.
I think.
Please do not.
But I think that it did just break you down, and we saw you go from being this really fun, happy, really good energy within the house to like a nasty, actually quite a nasty person.
Mark, what do you make of it?
I'm sorry that I can't be an incredibly happy person every day. I am human. I have up days. I have down days. I'm not fake. I know that I'm not. It's fine that you think I am. It's not an issue to me.
Can I ask, when there was that thing, when you were doing the internet thing and you were being given the questions about you, and it was said that you were fake, and you got really upset in that thing. You were taking it a lot tougher than everyone else. How did that make you feel, knowing that this was coming from the public?
For me, I expected people to think that I was fake just in the first 2 weeks, just because I am a very over-the-top person. But after being in the house for like 50 days, for people to still have that perception of me, it was really frustrating.
Would you have done anything differently?
The only thing, not to do with that, the only thing I would have done differently in the house, to be honest with you, is to do with Christopher. I don't think I did treat him properly. I was confused about the way I felt for Christopher. Because I was confused, I confused him. I didn't just confuse him, I confused everybody watching as well. And I do regret that a lot.
Do you know what I noticed quite a lot? You were one of the only housemates in there. We saw some really clear divides in there. We saw a lot of cliques in there. You were one of them that could go between the few of them.
Yeah.
Funky, why do you think Mark had that power to do that?
I think what type of person Mark is, as he came in the house, is someone very happy. I don't think he wanted to pick anyone out because sometimes he would stick up for people who you would think, oh, he's not really friends with them. Mark didn't want to fit into a group. And I think that's what happened with the relationship. You didn't want to be stuck in a relationship.
Is that necessarily a bad thing?
No, I don't think it's a bad thing at all. I think Mark just felt that, well, this is what I want, and this is why he didn't fit into any of the groups. He kind of sat on the surface.
Well, like Ian's just said, obviously, one of the biggest changes we saw in your personality was the focus group.
Yeah.
When you had the outside influences. Is that when you sort of knew to yourself, that 100 grand, I'm not getting it now?
I never thought I was going to win.
Come on, you must have known you were a bit of a favourite.
You were gonna win.
Honest to God, every week I went up, I thought I was going.
Yeah.
I didn't ever think I was going to win.
Were you determined to win?
I was just determined to stay in for as long as I could.
That's
Rachel,
winning,
do you
then.
think Mark's determination affected him winning potentially?
No, I think the determination is always a really good thing. I honestly just think I never thought that you went in for the money. I thought you went in for, and this is not a negative in some ways people interpret it. I think you went in for attention, good attention. There's nothing wrong with needing attention. So there's nothing wrong with it.
What is, fella?
So I never thought you went in for the money in the first place.
Face-to-face nominations are always hard in the house. Do you think you'd have been here if the nominations were done in the diary room?
Yeah, I do. I kind of did agree with... I expected Pav to put me up. I didn't expect Chris to put me up, but yeah, I think I'd still be up.
Yeah.
I'm all right with the fact that, it took me that long to get actually put up to eviction by majority vote. I'm fine with that.
Mark got 2 nominations, Pav got 7. Louisa, do you think Pav deserved to be here more than Mark?
No, I think it's down to the public, and the public wanted you out, and the public wanted to keep Pav in. So despite what the housemates want, ultimately we have the say, and you'd shown yourself in not a very good light, and Pav sort of had. So I do think it's right you're out.
What do you make of that?
That's fine. It is the public show. I'm not one of these people who'd beg to stay in or want to be saved every single week. When the public want me out, they want me out. I don't think I showed a different side to myself. I just think I showed a different
One of my favourite bits from this series was when you were why the hell did you let Helen go anywhere near your hair after what she'd done to Christmas? And the look on your face, you were shitting yourself.
I don't think she should open a cellar. I think she should open a butcher's.
What on earth are you doing, man?
I thought she would have done an all right job of it.
Because she's fucked up your mate, so she's bound to get it right with you.
I've got to say, though, Mark, I want to talk about your happiest memories in there, because for all what people might now think about you, if everyone does think you're fake and stuff like that, there is no denying that you have been an absolutely fantastic housemate. No one can take that away from you whatsoever. So I want to know, what were your highlights of Big Brother? Because you're a Big Brother super fan, you love the show, you've watched the show. What was it like going in there and then being out on the outside now? What are you making of the whole experience?
It's just been amazing. It's more than I ever thought it would be. Like, high points for me have been all the tasks, getting involved in all of them, kind of winning little group tasks. The first time I ever got saved by the public, in week 4, I was so convinced I was going, my bags were packed, I was sat there crossing myself praying. That feeling of getting saved by the public was unbelievable.
Listen, I know the Saved by the Public. I got kicked out of another hotel on another show because of being saved by the public, so I know what that feels like. I really do.
Was it? I'm getting the feeling that you went there. The prize would have been nice, 100 grand would have been nice, but the experience 100%. Was the main thing. And was it what you expected it to be?
More. I didn't think that I would have had emotional attachments to anybody in the house. I thought I would have just been a little bit matey in there. I never thought I'd shed tears over people.
What's going to happen with you and Christopher? I've got to ask the question.
We've got to be honest.
I actually feel really bad because I have been so confused about the way I feel for him. And even watching the episode, tonight's episode, the way Christopher acted to me leaving, I didn't expect him to, like, cry for me. I feel really guilty. I really
Why do you feel guilty?
Because I haven't been open with him enough. I've completely confused him. Not purposely, just because I'm not that much of an open person. I just want to sit him down and just
you'll have a chat with him when he comes out.
100%.
What's next? What's next for you?
For me?
Yeah.
Oh, please let it be a topless photo shoot in a newspaper. Is that
No way. Oh my God, it's not even going to sound that good, but I'm going to go on an eyebrow course.
What? I know
what
the fuck is an eyebrow course?
I want to go and do the HD
with
brows
Neelam?
course with Neelam.
Oh, she told me she's brilliant.
I know
Neelam.
people have like these huge aspirations and things, but for me, I want to go
that's what you want to do. That's what you want to do. Give them a round of applause.
I've learned there's such a thing as an eyebrow course. My eyes have been opened.
You wait until you come over to my house. Your 12th Victor Winston will be joining us next for his psychological breakdown, but first here's an exclusive to sink your teeth into.
Do you think Mark and Winston's departure will affect Helen's mood in the house this week?
She might be nicer. Don't know if that's because she has less people to wipe her arse for her whenever she's sitting giving it 90 in an argument, or if it's because it's the final and I can imagine most people try to change towards the final, which is personally I find stupid because the public obviously know what you were like the rest of the 9 weeks, so but we'll see.
How do you feel your relationship with Helen has developed?
It's not really a relationship. There's not really a bond there, so I wouldn't really call it a relationship. She fucks me off all the time. I fuck her off all the time. Once I leave that door, I don't think I'll actually speak to her again.
Well, listen, we've released Mark from the panel and we've
Look at these guns.
With your 12th evictee. Give it up for Guns Winston! Winston! How are you finding your newfound freedom?
Yeah, smashed last night.
Did you throw up on any girls' vaginas last night?
I did throw up, but not any girls' vaginas,
Good for you.
unfortunately.
Can I just say, out of all the housemates...
What a waste of sick.
It's been nice meeting all of the housemates, but this is Winston from Big Brother. It's like he's not a real person.
I know, it's Winston.
It's Winston from Big Brother.
You know what, mate, I hate to ask it, because I genuinely don't think Winston done anything wrong while he was in that house. But what happened? Why is he here?
I suspect there's some tactical voting going on, but I will say, you asked me in the green room whether or not I thought you could win had you stayed in, and my answer was no. I didn't think you could go all the way to the end. I thought maybe the final, because you didn't reveal any real vulnerability to us. Yeah. You did all the good stuff. You gave us the loyal friend, the guy who'll stand up for what's right, but you didn't. We never saw you crack. We never saw your soft side, I guess.
Yeah. Winston, I've something I want to say. I would love to sit on your cock. I don't know if that's...
I'm coughing.
Is that a possibility? I'll be there in a minute.
On that
note, it's just struck me as a thought.
Funky.
Yeah.
Why did the public lose their love for Winston last night?
I agree with Rachel. I think there's some people in the House that have got some fans that are voting, particularly like someone like Winston, who could get maybe... I think you would have got second or third.
Well, the Irish vote sort of thing.
I think, yeah. You know, Ashley, I mean...
I've got Irish relations.
Well, this is what you were saying, Louisa.
No.
You came as well saying that you thought it was the keep Ashley in. Hello, Louisa. We're doing the telly. She knows this. We're actually doing this, and it's not rehearsal.
You just make me laugh. Just looking at you makes me laugh.
Why?
I don't know. It's just like, yeah.
But Louisa, you had a valid point. What you said, why you think Winston's gone.
I do think you're sitting here because there is a kind of Hail Ashley sort of thing, and people are really... it's more than Ireland as well. I think it's England really trying to get.
But do you think
Ashley
there's more reasons?
And it's
other than this Ashley campaign that people are talking about?
Helen. That's something I heard on Twitter and I heard over there. Yeah.
Helen's crew is not a crew to be part of if you want to win Big Brother.
No, but the thing is, I wasn't thinking like, oh, OK, I'm not going to go to this group because I think they might win. Helen was my mate. And like she's
fair enough.
I think she's a bit misunderstood in many ways.
I agree
as well.
with you. I think that I think Helen is misunderstood, but unfortunately the majority of the public, I think, don't
Funky,
like
what do you
Helen.
think? It does seem that if someone was Helen's friends, they tended to get the boot. Do you think this is what's happened in Winston's case?
I think it's happened to some of the housemates. I don't think particularly Winston, and I think it is a bit unlucky. Some people who are friends with Helen, and I do think that I still believe that Helen can have a turnaround, and she has kind of had a turnaround. And I mean, I know there's something she's done that is not very nice, but I still think there's a flower in her that needs to be blossomed. I know you're going to laugh at me, Ian, but I really believe it.
I'm used to the bullshit you come out with. I'm not laughing at that anymore.
Let's move on to Ash and Winston, the bromance of the series. Winston, BFFs forever?
Yeah, he's just a nice guy. He's like,
Why did you two click so well?
It's just my type of guy, really. Like, he's like
He's like a real man.
I've had a dream about this. Hold on. Go on.
He's just a sound geezer, and like, I mean, we just like got on well and like same sense of humour, like, and just
banter.
Yeah, just banter and like.
When you got booted out last night. You got so many cheers when your picture came up on the screen. That was a winner's reaction. Well, you must have been really surprised when they called your name and you said, right, you're out. I couldn't believe it when I was watching it.
Yeah, I mean, I was surprised, but like I was sort of like ready. You have to prepare yourself to go, so you're not surprised, if you know what I mean. But then everyone was saying, no, you're not going anywhere, and then they're like, I'm going. Like,
yeah.
You know?
It was such a... You're like, I am going. You want to be pacified, but you're like, no, it's fine. Everyone.
I don't remember a situation like that where someone was getting so many cheers, then got their name kicked out.
Natalie Cassidy.
Oh, yeah.
Remember?
Well... Winston, would you have done anything differently in the house?
No, I wouldn't have done anything differently apart from...
Just doing me Nat Cassidy.
I like that. She's
Did you have done anything differently?
Just the only thing I probably wouldn't have done differently is sort of get into Danielle's bed that one night.
I forgot about that.
We watched that.
If Bianca had stayed in there longer...
Bianca?
where would that have gone? Did you find her terrifying?
No, I didn't really find it. She wasn't my type of girl, to be fair.
Right.
Yeah.
No future with Bianca?
Nah.
She's waiting for you.
She's fun.
Have you spoken to Tamara?
I spoke to Tamara, today, yeah.
Go on!
Yeah, gave a little phone call.
And?
She's going to go over, want to go back home to meet up for a drink and that, just, go out on the piss.
You spoke to your mum about Tamara, because we said they hit it off. What's she saying about Tamara now?
Yeah, she loves her, yeah.
Well, listen, throughout the house, paranoia and deceit took over when some housemates broke the split the prize fund pact. Funky, what does it tell us about Winston for sticking to the deal?
That's the thing. So, you know, you all remember when you had that thing with Marlon.
Yeah.
And I didn't quite understand why you did that, but I realised yesterday why. It's because when you believe in principles, you believe in morals, and if you make a pact, you stick with it. But what I didn't understand is why you didn't react the same way to Ash and Mark, because they too were going to take the money as well as Chris.
Yeah, I can see why you're saying that. It's just because they come down and said, look, we were taking it for security. I was pissed off. I said, a pact's a pact to them. Like, why have you broken this? Do you know what I mean?
Winston, you've been a massive character in that house to every single housemate. You've got on pretty much with every single person. Louisa, do you think that the house is going to be really affected by the fact that he's not there no more?
Yeah, I think they're going to miss you, you know. You brought so much fun and just goofing around, and you're just so genuine and lovely. I've really enjoyed watching you, and I think it's a shame that you're out. Look, I love Ashley, but I think it's a shame that the public got you out.
You should be in there to the final.
Yeah,
what are you going to do next? What are you going to do next, Winston?
Going to get smashed again tonight. And then
Lads law, isn't it?
Just want to say to all the kids at home, drink responsibly.
when you've sobered up and you're not part of the Lager Army, what are you going to do then?
I don't know, really. Like, I don't know.
Bit funny. I'm guessing.
You could become more than an extra in EastEnders. You might have a real part.
Listen, that was excellent. Winston, nice to meet you. Thank you very much. Excellent chat. Still to come, Al Sykes. Thank God my mum doesn't know I do this show. Al Sykes will be taking a psychological look back at the entire series and seeing if they can pick a winner. Plus, we'll have all the action from Diary Room Uncut. See you in a bit.
Lovely.
Biggest fan. Lovely. Welcome back to Big Brother's Bit on the Psych. This show, it's like the UN Security Council, you know, we debate all day long. We love an open dialogue, and we're meant to be, you know, keeping the peace, although it's quite tricky with that.
And that lot as well. And just like the UN Security Council, we don't achieve anything. All politics, all
please, that's too highbrow. Now listen, as we're 1 week away from
Less
the
than a week, man. Less than a week. Incredible.
We thought it'd be a good idea to take a look back at the whole series and see what we've made of all of it. So, Rach, what have you made of Power Trip?
I think we've learned a lot from Power Trip. I think it's been an excellent series. It's definitely pushed the boundaries further. I did that especially for you.
Yeah, I know, thank
you. No, I think we have learned a lot. We've learned that the power of responsibility, that power has huge responsibility.
Why are they laughing at you?
I don't know.
What's going on over there?
It's all right. Ian,
we're trying to do a TV show over here, love. Come on, calm down.
We've learned that power has great responsibility, and if you abuse it, you will be punished by the Big Brother audience. We've learned that the power of love can make even the strongest person like an idiot. We've learned that the power of money can make people look really good or really bad, and that there's no such thing as a free pass. That's what we've learned.
Rachel, I think you've hit the nail on the head there. I'll love you Bunky, what have you made of the Power housemates?
What I just like to say is that every single person in that house represents society. And I was like, no, Ian, listen.
Here we go.
Some of them are just ignorant.
Here we go.
Listen, we're here to judge them, but if you think about it, people have, when when they're given power, they abuse it, they use it, the vulnerability when they fall in love. We're seeing all different characters. But I think...
Don't keep using the L word, it's terrifying him.
No, shouldn't be afraid of love, it's a beautiful thing. Anyway, but I just think this Big Brother is being brilliant. Fine, I'll keep it as that.
OK, thank you. Mark, when did you realise that this Big Brother was different? And it has been different this year.
It has been really different.
For me, I reckon it was week 2 when we had the Secret Power housemate. That's when the paranoia went through the roof. We would all, looking behind our back constantly. We didn't trust each other. That's when we really started getting dead paranoid.
I think it's been a really hard year this year, and I don't mean this disrespectfully to any of the housemates, but to really, really have that feeling like you normally have with Big Brother, where you go, I really like this person, I really want this person to win, because of the theme. I think the theme has played a massive part this year.
Winston, did you at any point trust Big Brother itself?
Yeah, I trusted it. Yeah.
From day one?
Yeah.
All the way through?
Oh, Winston, you're so cute.
Apart from after they said that, money thing and they tricked everyone, apart from after that, I thought, OK, they're not fair.
But all the way through it, you were trusting it?
Huh?
All the way through it, you were trusting it?
Yeah.
Oh, you're like a little puppy. He's good, isn't he?
You remind me of my daughter, because you're so, innocent.
Louisa, how old's your daughter?
She's 4. Because you just don't see any sinister in anything. You just flow through life like a child, very childlike.
And do you know what? That's why he's a nice guy. That's why he's a nice guy. Listen, I want to go all the way back to launch night. It was a 2-night affair, which meant some people never had the chance to become the first Power housemate. Now, let's go back, Rach. If Pauline wasn't that Power housemate and chose Helen to the final and Mark the $5 grand, how different would this series have been?
Do you know what? Completely different. I think any single one of those housemates could have changed the whole series. Whoever was at the start set the ball rolling, and Pauline set the tone. And we did that.
Louisa, do you agree?
Yeah, I do actually. I think that Pauline did set the tone, and that never kind of went, even from the arguments that Pauline started instigating, because if you remember at first, it wasn't Helen arguing, it was Pauline.
Yeah.
And I think she set the bar that actually it's okay to be this vile towards people. It's okay to single people out and be she was quite nasty, if you remember, to Jale and things. I mean, I think she allowed that with the other housemates.
Funky, Helen having the pass to the final, if it had been someone else, it would have been a completely different series, wouldn't it?
I mean, we can always say in hindsight, I think it would have been, but I am actually quite happy the way it's come about. And I think I'm glad that Helen got the pass. And I know some people might disagree with that. I'm glad because I think when she comes out of here, I hope she can reflect and change. I believe that she
I
can
suppose
change.
with potentially, you know, I think it's quite fair to say there's a lot of times that Helen would have been voted out in certain ways. I think that's quite an easy say.
That's right.
And maybe she might not have had enough time to actually reflect and realise some of her actions that were wrong.
What do you reckon, Rachel? If it had been someone else, it would have been a different setup?
Yeah, absolutely, because Helen has been such an incredibly powerful and forceful housemate, partly because she needed that group around her, and it was her who rigidly formed that clique and forced the other clique to appear. And obviously there's always cliques, but it was life or death for her to have that circle of people around her.
This is going into like the animal world now, isn't it?
Yeah, see,
I've learned
back to
after
the
9
cave.
weeks.
Well, he's picking stuff up. Matthew spent his first night in the box. Doesn't that seem like a lifetime ago?
Wow.
Mark, did this give you an inkling that Big Brother was going to be a bit nasty this time?
Yeah, I was terrified. I think I was the most paranoid person in there. Like, every week I didn't know what was coming around the corner. I was the one who drums up the paranoia in everyone all the time. I was like, there's going to be an eviction tonight. We haven't had alcohol until 7:10 tonight, so there's going to be an eviction. I was ridiculous, yeah.
Were you paranoid, Winston?
Like, everyone was getting worried and stuff, and I was just sort of like, well...
Yeah, whatever.
Didn't bother you? Oh, I just thought they can't, like, kill us, can they?
You just like... Every night, all I saw from Winston is the storeroom open yet? Is there any drinking in the storeroom yet? That's all I'm saying for now. I love it.
You say they can't kill you. There's a week left, so... we'll never know. Rachel, Armageddon, what did you make of that?
I thought it was absolutely brilliant.
We had a lot of casualties, didn't we?
Yeah, but what it did was it sort of smashed it up. It turned it into almost a completely different series because but that's the point. It kind of came full circle. You went through all the group dynamics that we would expect a psychologist for a group to do, and I'd kind of finished. They completed, and then Big Brother brought Armageddon in, and it was like bang. It was a
Why
brand
did you
new
hate that
series.
week? You said you hated it. Why?
Because we had, like cold food. We had to eat cold food, and it was horrible food.
Yeah.
It wasn't just a little task, it was long.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
So
and it was the same
just the
set,
food.
it's boring, same set, and then everyone was just like on no energy, and then bang, out of nowhere, we're like, I'm in the smash.
Wonderful.
Wonderful
to watch.
One thing that I've noticed with you guys is that a lot of the housemates, they relied on the crowd's reaction on eviction nights. That more than ever, I think. Louisa, do you think they used that to their advantage?
I think some of the housemates did, some of them didn't really have a clue. I love you, but sometimes a penny takes a while to drop. But the thing is I think they did, and you do gauge things from that. But the crowd's reaction just shows that you got really, really great crowd reaction. And then the next minute you were gone. So I think they don't have a chance anymore. But had that happened earlier, I think it would have.
That's the first time that's really happened, hasn't it, this series? And normally we do have a couple of shots.
But even Pav, Pav was getting sort of negative reactions at first, but then he kept staying. So that must have
won it
confused
round a
him.
bit. Next Friday is going to see somebody crowned the Big Brother champion. Which of the people left in the house, Rachel, fits the mould of a typical Big Brother winner?
I think that Ashley and Christopher are the two people who fit the mould. They're both people who we would consider have earned the right to win. They've both been on the journey that we like to talk about. Yeah. They've been turned upside down and put themselves right again so many times. And they're not underdogs exactly, but kind of
just
got
playing
that edge.
devil's advocate, just quickly. On paper, is that not Mark?
Yeah, Mark had it to go at the beginning, but the problem was, and I still think this, that we are so afraid of the contradictions in people's personalities that the minute we see something different, we go, fake, none of it's real.
All right,
we
listen.
are many, many things, and sometimes it takes a while to reveal them.
Let's go through one at a time. Who do you think is going to win, Louisa?
Ashley.
Yeah.
Rachel?
I think it's likely that Ashley or Christopher will win.
Funky?
I want everyone to win.
Oh. Winston, what do you reckon?
I don't want Ashley to win because I don't think she.
That's
I don't.
nasty.
I just don't think it would be a good winner. 'Cause I think she's actually a bit of a brat. Like she can be
Who do you want to win?
She's a brat. I want Ash to win. I don't think he is. No. But I don't think he will win.
Mark,
but...
what do you reckon?
I want Helen to win, but I think Ashley will win.
Do you know what? I think Pav could take this. Because he said in his VT that I'm in it to win it, and look how far he's gone.
I think it's ready to win. It would piss
so fantastic.
So many people be pissed off.
I really want to carry on talking about this, but we can't give them another round of applause. We need an hour. It's time to see what the producers up on the hill have left on the cutting room floor for us and to have a little scoop up. It's Diary Room Uncut.
Aloha.
Hiya.
And how are you today, Ashley?
I'm good.
Is that you, Danielle?
Mark, this is Big Brother.
Evict me, do whatever the hell you like. I couldn't care less anymore.
Big Brother apologises for that.
Not at all. Is there any other information on the refreshment situation?
What do you think Big Brother will say to that?
Do you know why Big Brother has called you to the diary room?
Because we're two, well, good-looking lads.
Handsome, devilish
you want to speak to us?
bastards.
I just think this shows how much of a prick people are in the house.
I feel that Big Brother will say,
Yeah, I've had too much Twiglets.
Please, can I go for a wee and come back?
all will be revealed soon.
And a cake and loads of sandwiches.
Peanut butter and banana sandwich.
And loads of cashew nuts.
Boiled eggs. And soldiers.
I feel disgusting.
It's gonna be sad next week.
I'll be proper quick. I'm a really quick yeah.
I never thought I'd say that.
Or you will find out shortly.
This isn't a laughing matter.
I look like a fucking pregnant cheetah.
I'm sorry.
Big Brother thinks you look great, Helen.
I know that's a lie.
Big Brother doesn't lie.
I had that nice sausage.
Spraying aerosols into a confined space is never a good idea.
I'm sorry if it'll be wasting your time because I know you're probably really busy lady and that.
Sorry about that.
Big Brother doesn't believe that you're sorry.
Unfortunately, you're wrong this time. Big Brother has noted your request, Pav. The diary room door's now open.
Oh, surprise, surprise! Thanks, Maddie.
The door's open and if you come straight back.
Thank you.
Do you understand how that could be dangerous?
Yeah. You just look all separate.
That's our last one. It's our last Diary Room Uncut for the series. Stay tuned because the housemates have been preparing for life on the outside. They've been writing their CVs and everything. Plus me, Ian and Louisa will be getting all cosy and digital. We'll see you after this. Welcome back to Bit on the Site. Now, do you know what? This show is a bit like your grandmother. We're not that pretty to look at, but we always know what's best for you. Yeah. Oh, it's the news. At 12:17 this afternoon, Big Brother gave the housemates the task of filling in their CVs. It sounds a bit boring, doesn't it? Yeah. Wrong!
The hatch is now open for housemates to collect CD documents and pens.
God, I hate doing this.
come Friday, they'll all be back on the job front, so you might want to take it a bit more seriously, Ash. At 1:50 this afternoon, Ash's thoughts turns to the order of the finalists for finale night.
You alright, mate?
Yeah. Just looking at this situation. Just thinking, like, what order it's gonna go in and shit.
What do you think?
Chris, me, you, Helen, Christopher, Ashley.
What? I reckon you're going to be going second.
You reckon? Why? I don't. I think Christopher and Ashley are just going to have, like, the Irish following.
I think they are.
I don't know who's going to come third out of you and Helen. Oh, you just don't have a clue anymore, do you?
No, man.
I'm still unsure whether Winston's gone. I mean, he has, but I just like to think that he hasn't.
Winston's gone, Ash. We promise you. We dug a little teddy bear. And at 3:32 this afternoon, Helen was given the opportunity to prove why she should be a finalist. Look at you. Oh.
Helen, you've said in your CV that you think the viewers will find you entertaining because you're a knob and you find it impossible to keep your mouth shut. Do you think they're qualities that a Big Brother finalist should have?
Yeah, there isn't really anybody kind of speaking out loud in the house anymore except Ashley. And if I wasn't here, who would Ashley argue with? There'd be no one.
If you were watching yourself on television, would you find yourself entertaining?
I'd probably annoy myself a bit. 'Cause I get bored quite a lot. I just look for excuses just to annoy the people that bore me on a daily basis. So I think that would entertain me. But I think sometimes I do go a bit over the top. Have I got the job?
Don't call Big Brother babe. I think Big Brother might call you. And that's today's news. Now, come next Friday night, you'll be crowning your Big Brother 2014 champion, and they'll be leaving the house with £100,000. But who wins? You decide! This week, Ash, Ashley, Chris, Christopher, Helen and Pav all face the public vote. Who wins? You decide. From a landline, call 090 20 44 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to win. From a mobile, call 6 50 58 and add the number of the housemate you want to win. For Ash, add 01. For Ashley, add 02. For Chris, add 03. For Christopher, add 04. For Helen, add 06. For Pav, add 18. Mobile and BT landline votes cost 50 pence. Other landlines may vary. Or you can vote via the Big Brother app, where 2 votes will cost you 99 pence. Voting closes in Friday's live final. You can find terms on the Big Brother website. Oh, it sounded so posh. Right, let's get digital. 2 Ians and an Elisa.
Oh! We are no longer friends. It's a good job it's end.
And Louisa are clearly on the sofa. Do you know what? This is quite cosy, though. We've never done this.
No, we haven't.
I love it. I love it. What you got for me?
Well, I thought as it's the final show, I'd ask you lot some questions from Twitter. Holger Krause wants to know... Pay attention. Cool. Holger Krause wants to know which of the finalists makes the best TV. It's for all 3 of you.
Helen.
Yeah, Helen, I think.
Yeah, Helen, why not? Yeah.
Good luck to you.
Good to see you paying attention. Charlie says, Rylan, who would you rather go in the house with, Ian or Louisa?
Or, do you know what? I love Ian, but Louisa, just for the S&M task, I think. I remember that very well.
Karen wants to know if you were in
I'm into S&M.
Get down, Grandpa.
I'm not your boss now. If you were in the BB house, would you have let Helen cut your hair?
No. Louisa,
No.
would you?
No, she could cut my extensions.
Mind you, in all fairness, Ian's hair does look like it was cut by Helen, so...
What the fuck? It wouldn't grow back.
What is this? Yeah, we get fucking... What's
Just
it?
sit back, look, we've
Toothy
only
and
got a
tarty,
few minutes.
and I've got no idea who this fella is.
Ian,
Having a pop at me. What is going on?
Ian, we're out of time.
Hey,
give him a round of applause. I love him, really. Well, listen, that's a lot for tonight. A massive thank you to all of our guests and audience. I'll be back here on Monday for finale week with Louisa, Susie Amy, and Luke A and Charlie Travers. Night, night.